but like there's this thread that I did this morning, and like this is the power of organic to me. You know, it's a small following, but so far just from a couple hours, it's reached 6,000 people, you know, organically, and it's far beyond my audience. And, you know, I think that the reason for that is because my biggest takeaway right now from building an audience is that it's incredibly manual work. And it's this compounding of like the best followers, the best leads, the best connections and everything have come from engaging with other people, like, and remembering that everybody on the platform are people, and that we're all posting content for a reason. And what is the number one thing that we want when we post content? Well, likes and shares and comments give us a little bit of a dopamine hit and give us a little bit of recognition. But the thing is, like, when we look at like you and I have developed a friendship since we've met. And when we look at how that started, it's like, it was just a natural chemistry, a natural relationship on a social media platform. And I think that's truly what people want, is people want connection, right? They want to be connected with other people. And I think that is the most important thing about building an audience, is remembering that those views and those likes and those followers are all people and humans that have feelings and emotions and desires and objectives. And Zig Ziglar said it best. He said, you know, you can get everything you want out of life by helping more people get what they want. And so then the question becomes, like, as I grow and as I scale, how do I continue to provide a really high level of value to those people? And I think that's where content comes in, right? The engagement is great. We can give them what they want, but listening to what they have to say and remembering that they're people and then giving them what they want through content is where, you know, how you provide value at scale as you're building and continue to build the audience.
100%. Yeah. I mean, there's so much value that can be exchanged through the organic content. And yeah, there's a difference between looking at your follower count and just looking at that number, and whether that makes you feel good or bad or whatever the number is and what your goals are. It's like, it's not about followers, it's about audience. And the distinction there is that often is either confused or just not recognized from the get by a lot of people trying to build an audience, is that number just needs to go up, because that the higher the number, the better it is for me. Like, and that's the flawed thinking of like, no, audience are people that like care to see what you have to say in their feed, that look forward to it to a degree, that choose to turn notifications on, or they're on your email list and follow you on X and are subbed on YouTube, so that not only can they grab the content, but to support you. Like, that's audience. And audience really comes from the perception of, and so the more as the creator, as the person that's the first one to, so to say, like when you're putting a piece of content out there, like the more that you recognize exactly what you said, that these are real people with all of their dreams, desires, problems, everything combined. And, you know, good days, bad days, times when we feel like we're the king of the world and pounding on our chest like we figured some shit out, versus the very next day or week where you're like, you know what, I think I'm going to trash the business and you know, I'm moving on because clearly I suck.
The worst week of my life.
Dude, we waver like that. I
had a week like that last week, actually.
Me too, man. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's what, well, cause we were DMing back and forth a little bit and you're like, hey man, crazy week. And I was like, no sweat, brother. So, but that's the thing. And from connection itself, when people, especially followers, so engaged followers, people that are actually part of your audience, they don't you don't know them because you're the creator. You aim to try to know as many as you can. And that's why you stay active in the comments sections and all of that good stuff where you can interact and engage. Maybe throw some Q&As together, invite people to drop questions on an IG story or whatever it may be. But if you can help people perceive that you care about them, because you genuinely do, that will show through in the content if you do care about people. And so that's a pretty easy switch to make. But then again, those that are getting started, which is most people out here, or I'll also lump in for those that aren't where they want to be yet in their growth journey, whatever the metrics is that count for success for them. It's hard to stick to the plan on something that is, even if it's a hockey stick looking curve up ahead. When does it start to shoot up? When does that happen? There's no guarantees on that. And so with that, a lot of people, especially if they find themselves in a either real or artificial, maybe it's just mind games in themselves, like a feast or famine, like they feel, I got to make this thing work. I got to make this thing work for whatever reason it is that they feel that way. You start to see a lot of crummy execution because people just like feel like they need to see that growth sooner than later, which I totally get. It just, you start to see like the short-sighted tactics. And I think in a lot of cases, it's usually, because I like to think that most people are generally good. Like my kid asked me the other day, last night, I was getting him into the shower and he said, so if there's good guys, there's bad guys, right? Like, so bad people and good people. And I said, well, bud, I think some people make more good decisions than bad decisions, while others tend to make more bad decisions than good decisions. Or they'll make a bad decision that's so bad that it sticks with them for a while. Now, and he's young enough to where I'm like, okay, I can't really, we could get really started off like, human experience and yeah, exactly. If you want more content like this, make sure you follow, because I've got plenty more coming your way. Peace.